Hello, everyone. This is Josh with Tuxedo Talk, and hopefully you can hear me okay. We're having a little bit of rain tonight, but I'm not going to let that stop me. But if it stops you, I understand. I won't hold it against you. But tonight, we're going to be talking about the controversy involving the American rapper Lizzo. And for those of you that don't know, Lizzo is a 35-year-old morbidly obese woman who makes some very catchy music and is known for being the I am who I am, I do what I do, is completely unapologetic in her actions, and most of her music basically boils down to a combination of I'm very large and I'm not going to do anything about that, and I have a lot of sex with random people, and that she does not feel shamed about it. So that is the mindset of Lizzo music. She's basically a modern, large female version of Ozzy Osbourne in the past, or Jim Morrison would be a very good example. Kind of a very much live for the now, don't worry about the future type of person. Now, she's stepped into some hot water recently due to accusations from some of her former backup dancers that she was doing some untoward things on her tour with them. Some things involving apparently verbal abuse and doing things that make some people very, very uncomfortable. The most spicy example of this was that she took her crew to a post-concert sex show where if you're a supporter of hers, you'll say she encouraged, and if you're a detractor of hers, you'll say that she forced some of the dancers to consume a banana from a stripper's vagina. And people are very upset about this, and there's a lot of controversy, and she's being sued. But the thing that I don't see anybody talking about is that what world are we living in where this isn't normal for people who do live for the moment, don't worry about the future music? Like, do you not remember all of these other artists that I just said, like things that like Jim Morrison used to do, Ozzy Osbourne used to do, Motley Crue, all the rest of them? Everybody's debating on whether or not she did it or not, and I'm saying I'd be shocked if she didn't. And if she did, I don't see what the big deal is. In that these ladies, if this did happen to them, well, they're going to get a payday. And if it didn't happen and they're just trying to get a payday for nothing, well, that's a normal part of the music industry. Like, this is what the music and entertainment industry is. They sat down and said, okay, we're going to have a lot of morbidly obese party people jump onto a bus and put on a show for tens of thousands of people where there's going to be drug use, drinking, partying, chaos, pandemonium, and fun. But when you do that, people are going to die. You know that. Some of them are going to OD. Others of them are going to get trampled to death. Like, it's just a given that people are going to die. And also, too, another thing that's absolutely going to happen in the music industry, putting on large concerts, when you take a tour through multiple cities, through countries, somebody is going to put something into another person that they don't want there. Most of the time it's a dick. Sometimes it's a knife. And in this case, it seems to have been a banana from a stripper's snatch into this one chick's mouth. And now, I'm not sitting here saying that this is, like, completely acceptable, but it is a level of acceptable in that you set aside money in the tour for things like this to happen. That's why it is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Things are going to be destroyed, people are going to die, and people are going to be emotionally scarred for the rest of their life. But if you get onto these bands and you go about that life, you know that's what it's about. So, there was really only two things that could have possibly happened there. Either A, these women are just making it up, and in which case, that's fine. If you are any type of tour manager, you set aside money for just money-hungry grubbers who are going to come and try and take your money. That's fine. Or, Lizzo did take it a little too far. You know, maybe she was just a little bit abusive. Maybe she was having a bad day, so she decided to make them dance for 3 hours while she ate ice cream. I'm not saying it's okay, but it comes with the territory. Maybe she was verbally abusive. I'm sure that at some point she called somebody a gorilla pig. It could have happened. Now again, I'm not saying that she didn't cross the line, but the point is that that's the normal thing. You know when you go into this situation that this line of work, you're not working for H&R Block. This comes with the territory. But I have thought about, here is one scenario that I hope happened. And it's actually kind of beautiful if this happened. And that is, I hope that one of these backup dancers, they were just like some troubled chick from the Midwest who wanted to be all about that life, that rock star life. They maybe had a big blow-up argument with their mom, and they said, you'll see, I'm going to go off to Hollywood, and I'm going to become a plus-size backup dancer for Lizzo, and all my dreams are going to come true. And they actually did. And they thought that it was just going to be this glamorous life until they saw the things that came with it. We all enjoy a little bit of like degenerate fun. But what we don't appreciate is that these artists who live that lifestyle for us to all look at and maybe have a little tasty taste of it, like, they live horrible, horrible lives where they're going to die young, and they're fine with that. Like, there are people in this world who don't want to be here, and they're fine with checking out early. Now, some of them want to check out early. They use a pair of shoelaces and a doorknob. Others of them, they're going to use a razor blade, some aspirins, and a bathtub. But there's very, very exceptionally few that are also artistic. And as they go out in their blaze of glory, they create some really great music. Now, as I said before, Jim Morrison, his method of choice seemed to be heroin and alcohol. Kurt Cobain liked a shotgun. It looks like Lizzo's choosing cheeseburgers and cocks. But, you know, who are we to get in her way as she does that beautiful thing of self-destructive creativeness? But not everybody's cut out for it. And I think that that girl learned that, if this is the case. And why this would be beautiful is that what's going to happen is like she was just there at that strip club and she realized, like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I think I want to go back home to Kansas and become a high school history teacher. And then 6 years from now, she's going to have that job. And every year, there's going to be one of her students that thinks that she's just a friggin' baddie. And that she knows what she's going to do. And then what she's going to do, she's going to say, Sally, come here. I need to talk to you after class. And they'll be all alone. And she'll say, do you remember the rapper Lizzo, the one who died on turkey legs? She'll say, yes. Well, I need to show you something. And she'll show a picture of her dancing with Lizzo. And she'll go, oh my God, that was you? She said, that's right. I lived the life that you're saying you want. I climbed to the top of that mountain. All the men wanted me and all the women wanted to be me. It was everything you were thinking it would be, and unfortunately more. Do you know where my rock bottom was? My rock bottom, I was on my knees in Amsterdam, choking down a GMO banana covered in pesticides and pubes out of a Russian stripper's hoo-ha. That was my rock bottom, and that's when I realized that it was all a lie. And I was one of the lucky ones. I was lucky. I got out. Is that really what you want? And the girl will be crying, and she goes, no. No, I don't. And it's only thanks to Lizzo's absolute degeneracy that that woman will be in a place to talk that Kansas teen out of making horrible, horrible mistakes in her life. And call me old-fashioned, but I think that's kind of beautiful. So that's why I want to say thank you, Lizzo. Thank you and Godspeed.